Hi guys, welcome to Sim UK and Flight Sim World. Today I'm going to progress with the training. We're going to come over here and do the the PPL, the Private Pilot License. Now I have to say that I have already completed 6 out of the 9, but unfortunately on each of these videos there was no audio from the game recorded, so all you've got is me babbling on about how irritating the instructor is. So I contemplated loading it up in that state and thought, no, I thought better of it. I think I'll just go and do them all again. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, I have to say, Lesson 7, Solo Cross County. Well, actually, 2 things I want to say very quickly. The radio navigation lesson has taught me how to use VOR. I feel really, really quite comfortable with VOR, which is brilliant. The Solo Cross Country requires you to use VOR to find your destination. That was easy. The difficult thing about Lesson 7 is landing on that destination runway. It is a killer. It's up in the mountains. I don't know if I'm getting some sort of strange mountain behaviour, but I cannot get my aeroplane even to touch the runway, even at speed. The only way I've managed to land in that lesson is if I crash. So yeah, look out for that in the coming weeks, guys. I had I passed all of these first time, absolutely no problem whatsoever, but they weren't exactly all convincing. The 2 most difficult actually were the traffic pattern and also the steep turns. Very difficult, both of those, but I passed them all first time, so hopefully I'll fly through these really nice and quickly and upload them. I'll probably do 1 a day or something. I don't know. You'll see them when they come up. Anyway, let's get going.
Welcome to Ernest A. Love Field in Prescott, Arizona, home to the Eagle Pilot School. Our location here offers fantastic flying weather, several runways, and a control tower, all surrounded by the wild beauty of the American Southwest. This is one of our Piper PA-28 Cherokees.
Right you are,
It's
boss.
an incredibly popular general aviation aircraft that's often used for training. The instrument panel is a bit dated compared to some modern class cockpits, but personally, I like the steam gauges. Ready? Let's get going. Let's start with a simple trip around the airport traffic pattern. I'll explain more while we taxi to the runway. Prescott ground, Cherokee 109er Sierra Hotel at Eagle, ready to taxi, remaining in pattern.
Cherokee 109er Sierra Hotel, Prescott ground, altimeter 29906, runway 3 right at Foxtrot, intersection departure, taxi via Foxtrot.
3 right at
Yeah, one of the interesting
via
things here,
Foxtrot.
if you look at the mixture
Sierra
control,
Hotel.
thank you. So if I put that to
It's your
maximum,
airplane.
you see it
Taxi
very
us along
slowly
taxiway
working its way
Foxtrot
back.
to the intersection with
see that?
runway 3 right.
Now what will happen during the game is that will cut the engine
Taxiway
out.
Foxtrot is straight ahead of us.
This game is quite
Follow
buggy.
the yellow
There
lines,
are quite a
then
few
turn
little
right.
bugs here, there, and just about everywhere. So anyway, if you set it to medium, which is where he wants it, they won't mess with you. Now brakes are still a problem in this game. I don't know why, but they are.
Traffic pattern is a rectangular pattern around a runway that allows aircraft to take off and land in an orderly manner. The pattern is especially important at airports without control towers. Flying the pattern also makes it easy to configure the airplane in the same way every time and make a stable approach to land. Go straight across here. Stop here. Prescott Tower, Cherokee 109er Sierra Hotel is ready to go. Holding short runway 3 right at Foxtrot, remaining in the pattern.
Cherokee 109er Sierra Hotel, Prescott Tower. Right close traffic approved. Runway 3 right at Foxtrot, intersection departure, cleared for takeoff.
Right closed traffic approved, cleared for takeoff 3 right, 9er Sierra Hotel. Taxi to the right out onto the runway. power. Cherokee rotates at 55 knots.
55 knots. I'm going to try and concentrate on what this guy says as much as I can. So, 55, pull back.
Great. Now pitch to climb at 75 knots, which is the best climb speed in the Cherokee. There's a slight crosswind from the left today. You'll need to turn left a few degrees to correct for wind drift and maintain the runway centerline. Climb straight out to 5,700 feet. That's 300 feet below the pattern altitude of 6,000 feet.
We're clearly not flying up to 5,700 feet.
Good job. Right on speed.
God damn it, man! Stop talking. The altitude we're aiming for is 600 feet, so we want to level out at 570.
Okay, here comes 5,700 feet.
No, it doesn't.
Now make a turn 90 degrees right to a heading of 120 degrees.
Now, that turn to the right was pretty erratic, I'm sure you'll agree. But that's actually the game's fault, because despite having tried to configure my controller properly, I tend to have very little, way too much. The controller itself is working perfectly, but the game interprets my maneuvers, my moves, rather aggressively. I don't know if that's the same for all controllers or I'm just lucky, but there you go.
Good. Keep climbing to 6,000 feet. Okay, here's 6,000 feet. Level off and hold 90 knots. Once you reach pattern altitude, pause for just a moment, then turn downwind. Go ahead and turn right 90 degrees now. Fly heading 210.
210. Now we're not correctly trimmed, we're not doing 90 knots, so he's going to be most unhappy with us. Plus I'm not really turning sharp enough here.
You rolled out a little late. Keep the pattern square by flying parallel to the runway, or 210 degrees.
I goddamn pulls that up.
Maintain 90 knots and 6,000 feet. Your goal is to fly a ground track parallel to the runway.
Now trimming in this aircraft,
Okay,
or in this game,
downwind is a good
is
time to do the
incredibly
pre-landing
difficult.
checks. Great job so far. Belts are tight. Mixture is rich. Fuel pump is on. Landing gear is down and welded. Okay, you're abeam the touchdown zone, so start descending. Pull the throttle back and lower the nose to initiate a descent. Add 1 notch of flaps and the aircraft will slow to around 75 knots. Aim for a 500 foot per minute descent rate. Now start looking over your shoulder at the runway. We'll turn base when we're 45 degrees off our touchdown point. Okay, here we are. Now make a right turn 90 degrees onto the base leg. Flight 300 degrees.
Try not to look at anything in too much detail in this game. That's what I've discovered. Take it all with a pinch of salt. Right, now I'm actually going to try and concentrate on completing it this time, because as I say, first time I did this, I completed everything first time round.
Add 1 more notch of flaps and slow to 70. Now watch the runway. Try to time your turn to roll out onto the runway centerline. Keep this turn shallow since we're flying slow. Done properly, you should roll out right on the center line at just the right altitude to continue a stable approach. When you think you've got the runway made, add the last notch of flaps. Slow to 65 knots on short final. Here we are. Hold the throttle control back to idle and keep the nose up until the mains touch down.
Cherokee 9 Sierra Hotel, exit next taxiway.
Exit the runway to the right when you're able. Okay, go ahead and stop here. Very nice. Think you can do that on your own?
So guys, thanks for joining me there. All went pretty well, despite all of the issues that this particular lesson has. Hopefully that'll help you guys out, and hopefully also entertains you a bit too. Till next time, take care of yourselves, and goodbye for now.